In the first portion of our video, we talked about how repetition is a part of PE. One way to incorporate repetition is to tell your story into a recorder and then listen to it over and over and over again throughout your daily life.
So Tom, what we're going to do today is we're going to record your story so that you can use it for your homework and so that you can listen to it over the week.
Okay. So basically just start from the top, go right to it.
Absolutely.
Okay. So the situation that I've been dealing with for all this time happened when I was in high school. In the summertime, it was a really beautiful day, and we were up at this place, Bluff Island, that we used to go to whenever we could get a ride by boat. Up there, you had to kind of hitch a ride from people going up the lake to go for the day or whatever. And so we had gone right up to Bluff Island, and Bluff Island is kind of like what it sounds. One side of the island, you can dock your boat and walk up about a half mile to the peak of the island, and then there's an abrupt cliff on the other side. It's like 66 feet. So we would catch rides up there to go and jump off the bluff and hang out and swim and party and whatnot. And so on this particular day, it was late summer. It was like a week or two before football camp started, and so we were kind of having our last hurrah. A bunch of us went up there. There was probably 5 or 6 of us guys on a football team. Went up there to party, and we were smoking and drinking and got a ride up there. And it was really crazy when we got up there because there were some Canadian guys up there. At least I think they were Canadian. They were speaking French and blah blah blah. And they were diving off a bluff and doing gainers and flips and stuff, and I'd never seen anybody do that. And there was a boat down below, and they were filming each other doing this. So it was pretty cool. And there was also a picnic going on there, which sounds kind of weird, but I grew up in a really small town. This is a really rural area of northern New York in the Adirondack Mountains. We're around Lower Saranac Lake, actually. And the local gravel pit was having a huge end of the summer bash for all their employees. So they had shuttled everybody up there via boat. And so we got up there, and there's these guys diving off bluff, and there's this huge party going on. And here we were all I was 16 at the time. And so we're all 16, 18 or whatever. So we get up there, there's a party going on, so we're pumped. So we're drinking, sneaking beers from the party and smoking pot and jumping. So we went and had been jumping off bluff, and we're up there for an hour or so, and these guys were diving off and doing all this crazy shit. It was really cool. It was kind of a weird scene because there was all of us young kids who were used to going up there jumping off. There were these people there from Canada or whatever doing this crazy stuff, and then there was all these people there from the gravel pit partying, and that was kind of a weird crowd, right? Because you had all these kind of older adults, well, older to us, they were probably in their 30s and whatnot, couples, boyfriends, girlfriends, all this crazy shit, and tons of food. And so we had been up there messing around probably an hour and a half or so when this dude came over that I recognized, because in the summer I also worked for this guy pouring concrete foundations. And so this guy came over who was a Tank Rock was his name, and he drove a concrete truck. So I actually knew who he was. Really skinny dude, smoked lots of cigarettes, and was drunk, or had been drinking, and appeared to be drunk. And so he comes over, and he's, again, small town, kind of prejudiced folks, and so of course there were issues with the guys speaking French. They're diving off and everything. They were goofing, the locals were goofing on them and shit, and so it got kind of interesting, but this guy comes over and is like, oh, I could do that, I could dive off of there, and he was giving us kids shit for just jumping off. We jump off with our sneakers on and stuff. It's so high, it hurts your feet when you hit the water. And so he's like, oh, a real man would dive off there, he's goofing on the other guys and talking about how they were kind of, feminine or whatnot, and I can do that. And his girlfriend's like, at first everybody thought he was goofing off, and so everybody's just like, yeah, go sit down, Tank, you're being an ass. And he had blue jeans on, barefoot, tank top. He was smoking a cigarette, and he had I'll never forget, a Genesee beer can in his hand. And at one point he put the can down and was like, "No, I'm gonna show you fuckers how this goes." Blah blah blah. So he got out on the lip of bluff, put his can of beer down, got out on the lip of bluff, and he's talking to everybody. And we're like, "Yeah, sit down, man. You're being an asshole." Blah blah blah. And one of my buddies actually ran past him and jumped off, and we're all goofing, and he leapt off the bluff, in a swan dive, and you know, looking back, I'm pretty sure he thought that he could like get himself turned around because it was so high and go feet first, but he hit on his chest.